Hi, it's Gene from maverickstar Observatory. Once again, I want to make it plain and simple so that everyone understands the road that we're on right now. The British government, as well as other governments, have paid an American pharmaceutical company, Pfizer, to develop a drug, a vaccine that will inoculate people from COVID-19. They have only known about the virus since January this year. According to our understanding, that is the case. The problem is that they have had no testing to find out what will happen with this vaccine with regards to pregnancies. And I'm really alarmed that they have not included this in their research. And that given the fact that, this vaccine targets RNA proteins, and that RNA proteins are found by the 1,000 in male sperm. I'm just really concerned that we might find ourselves in a situation that we've already seen happen in the last 30 years with thalidomide. And like I say, it has only been 9 months, so there is no possibility that they could have tested this vaccine as to what will be the outcome with birth defects. And I'm just expressing that fact to you guys because I am really concerned that this is a new vaccine, a new method being used. It's not using weakened COVID-19 virus or dead COVID virus 19. This is doing something completely different, and it is targeting genes that are found in even male sperm. And Pfizer is a company that is now gearing up to manufacture these viruses by the million and by the billion in the coming months. They have already tested this vaccine on 22,000 people, and we don't know what will be the repercussions of that test later on down the year. And they could not have no possibility of knowing how it will affect mutations in fetal development. And for that reason, you should have your eyes open right now as to how ruthless our governments are behaving. It should come as a complete and utter shock that this method is barbaric. There is no procedures being followed, and they are completely overlooking the fact of the human reproductive natural cycle. And I'm just shocked. What I need you guys to do is put this out there, because there are still some countries around this world, like I will mention just one for instance, Poland, that is protesting over abortions right now. Nobody wants to be laden with a child that has to be cared for the rest of their lives. This is not the normal cycle of how things happen. Our children grow up healthy, are born with no defects, and they lead a normal, healthy life. We want to have the excitement and the enjoyment of experiencing, a child develop and grow up normally. And none of us, I believe, want the persecution, and it is a persecution and dedication to that child for the rest of their days and the rest of our lives as we grow older. We don't want to sacrifice our own lives with the belief that we could have something so beautiful as a child that is naturally born. And this is just a slap in the face of that very dream that we all hope for, because this is something that could equally turn out to be like what we have already seen with the thalidomide cases that led eventually, after a series of court battles, an end of that treatment for morning sickness for pregnant women. So I hope you understand that we have an angle of argument here against what the global governments are doing, and quite legitimately a concern. And this is why you can't rush vaccine processes, because they have to conform with lots of different criteria, and one of those is, male sperm development during the vaccine process, and impregnation and fetal progression. And we see Hancock, the British minister, being all excited about this and completely overlooking this very fact, and it is shocking to see. It is poor behaviour of a government that we put so much trust in, and it's not just the British government. We're talking about all these other governments that have put and invested billions of pounds into this company, which is popping at the moment on the stock market. I just hope that those people that invest in this company realise that they haven't tested for pregnancy, and that there is many RNA proteins within the human male sperm. We need to spread the word. Until we know the facts, we should not be taking any vaccines at this point. We need to establish the facts. That's the scientific method. Regardless of what the scientific advisors are saying to the government right now. This is something that has gone beneath the radar of discussion, and I think it's quite rightly so. It'd be mentioned. This will affect, at the moment, 22,000 people as far as we know. We don't know. But, when they outroll this on all the professional people in the coming months in the UK and around the world, we really are heading into a room which is darkened, and we don't know what the outcome will be, is all I can say. We need to be on the ball with this, and we need to turn around to our governments and say, you need to do more testing before you outroll this vaccine, and you need to be more honest about the time period about which we're all going to be affected by this, because a Great Depression is going to be coming soon apparent to a lot of people. The governments are promising backups and help, but it's getting there too slow, and the damage is being caused. But I don't want to take anything away from the importance of the very fact that they have not, and could not have, that's the main thing, could not have tested pregnancy in this short period of time without them going to the next step and in outrolling this. So wherever they say from this point on, if they continue to outroll this vaccine, then there is a certain element of risk involved with yourselves if you're planning on building a family. And people need to be aware. They could be setting themselves up for a very disappointing time. That's it. I'm out of here. Links are down there if you want to support what we're doing. Oh, you know what? I'm just surprised. I really don't know what to say to people. The links are down there. Support this. You're getting scientific advice, more so than what the governments are telling you right now, on a lot of different aspects. So we usually do. As always, bye for now.